Hey, what's up everybody? It's Game Lore, aka Black Rose Knight, aka the guy who does videos every couple of days or whatever. So in this video we're going to talk a little bit about a Battlefield 1 Easter egg that has been found and is not solved yet. It seems like it's going to be a first clue to many steps within the Easter egg process. So before we get into showing the picture of that and talking about it or whatever, just a brief background of Battlefield 1's main Easter egg storyline thing. Basically, what we know is there are a set of rules that were acquired by completing said Easter egg within the first part, which is called a beginning. And then, after a couple of DLCs released, we had a second part come out, and we had to complete a couple of tasks as well for that Easter egg, and it is called a conflict. For completing these Easter eggs, we were given two dog tags. One is called a beginning, the next one is called a conflict. And there are tons and tons of information in between those Easter eggs and what it may lead into. The theories are all over the place. It could tie into history, real life history. It could tie into a spy network. I mean, it is literally or possibly so in depth that maybe we don't even realize how in depth it is, or maybe it's very, very shallow and just so many things connect that it's a lot deeper than it should be. We're not really sure yet. But the next step we have found is possibly, and I think this is pretty much 100% confirmed, that the step that we have found, which I will put up on the screen now, is probably the first step to the third part, to the next part, that will give us a third Easter egg. And this clue, as it were, is very, very vague. And as far as Bf1 Ee, as far as everybody else, we are stumped as to what the hell it is, or what it means, what it leads into. And in my personal opinion, I have a couple of theories. My first theory is that it is a keyword for a cipher of some sort. Basically, we're going to get a string of letters, then we have to rotate it or do whatever to it, add in the passphrase or the keyword, which will be case, and that will give us some sort of clue to the next step, or give us instructions, possibly. Who knows? My other theory is that this is one location of 8 that will spell out, or I guess not spell out, but write a sentence. So case is one word within a sentence that can be found within the DLC, the Russian DLC. So Tsaritsyn is the map that this picture is found on, or rather, this clue is found on. There is, Lubkow Pass, Volga River, Brusilov Keep, and of course all of the other maps. And I think that it is entirely possible that there is one symbol, one clue on each one of these maps, and when you put all of those together, it could say something along the lines of, you have to find the case, or you have to find the case under this, or, some sentence that has 8 words, 8 symbols, and then we go from there, right? So the skull is possibly the first and only symbol, and maybe there are 7 other locations that have a skull as well that just signifies, okay, this is a part of the same Easter egg. It's not just a random word or a random texture or whatever, because there are textures in the game that have lettering on them. for obviously realistic purposes and authentic purposes. So yeah, that is what we're looking into as far as the whole Easter egg. We're hoping, and I'm pretty sure that it is the third part of the main Easter egg, which will probably lead us into getting a secret weapon that nobody else can acquire until they just give it out for people for free, or give it out to people for free. And, you know, it's gonna be a crazy ride. This Easter egg so far has been, I would say, either difficult at some times and then easy at other times, but with this, I think a lot of us are completely stumped, and I can personally say that I've spent probably 5, 6, 7 hours on Tsaritsyn just looking at various buildings, crawling on the ground, blowing up dirt, just looking at every little thing, and I can say that I really just don't see anything on that map. I think that that one symbol is it, and I've spent very little time on the other maps, so it makes me wonder, okay, you know, we're all looking at Tsaritsyn, and then we go to Albion, or Galicia, or one of these other maps, but we only spend 10-20 minutes on there and then move on to something else, which really isn't good in my personal opinion. So I guess just as a public service announcement, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to search Albion like it's the only map in the game, and hopefully I can find a whole other symbol. If I can't, then, you know, whatever. And when I mean I'm going to search that map, I mean I'm going to literally search the crap out of it. I'm going to crawl everywhere, look at every wall, just everything. If I haven't looked at it, then I'm not going to move on, basically. Every tree stump, every branch, things like that. It's probably going to be a 2-day search or whatever, and we'll go from there. But anyways, that is it for this video, so I will talk to you guys in the next one.